We'd like to welcome our 2023 Butterfield Bermuda champion winner, Camilo Villegas. Saying that after, what, more than 9 years? How does that feel, honestly?
Wow, it's unbelievable, to be honest. It feels unbelievable. 9 years. 9 years where you kind of stop believing at times, but I never stopped waking up early and putting the work. Life is interesting. It goes up and down, both on the personal side and on the professional side, but you just got to keep a path, and you got to keep your mind where it needs to be. And like I said, I'm a hard worker. I love working. I love having a purpose every morning. And that's kind of what I did. At the beginning of the year, things were not going great. It was time to do a little swing change. I've never been too excited about big swing changes. But I trusted the guy I started working with, Jose Campra, and he told me he needed a year. I'm glad it took less than that. Here we are. I was signing up for second day of AQUÍ school next week. After a tough year, with my play last week, finishing second in Mexico, I didn't have to play second stage, but I was probably going to go play finals. And here we are, fifth win on tour. So, how do you say it? I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of myself and everybody that supports this team, Villegas.
You're very calm and collected here right now talking about this, given that it's a really emotional time for you and probably a lot of your team. You tied the tournament record 24 under, and you're in contention, bouncing back and forth with Alex and Matty on that back nine. What were your emotions like during that back nine period, and where did you feel comfortable, and where did you feel a little?
Yeah, I've never felt so comfortable being in contention like I did the last couple of weeks, to be honest. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange. Even when I was in contention back in the day, a few years ago, 10 or more, I didn't have this calmness, and I gotta really analyze what happened the last couple of weeks, try to replicate more often. I had a great time with my caddy, and we try to save a lot of energy out there. And how did we try to save energy? Was by not being so focused the whole time, just getting in and out, and really going through my routine, very, very specific, and then coming out and just kind of relaxing and having a good time. I was really good at reacting to the missed putts or the lip outs or everything, which I'm not used to being like that. But there was a calmness in me that I need to analyze, and I need to try to do it more often, because obviously you saw the results and they were pretty good.
Obviously, you're runner-up in Mexico, winning here. You're playing next week at the RSM Classic. What sort of approach do you take into that tournament now that a lot of these things have changed? You know, you don't have to go to AQUÍ school. You're not an invite next week. You're actually in now and for the next couple of years. When you go there, do you think it's going to hit you differently? What do you expect?
Well, I'm going to see my family, and you know what? My mom's also going to be there, which is pretty cool. And we're going to have a great week. We're going to just kind of try to relax, enjoy it. There might not be as many workouts next week as I normally do. I think I've earned it, and but still, I'm a competitor. So once I tee it up on that first hole, I want to play good. The game of golf is about taking advantage of certain streaks, and this one is one that started last week. Played great this week. Sometimes it's hard to focus after a win. It's happened to me on my previous 4 wins, where you're just so emotionally full that it can be tricky. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to enjoy it, stay focused, and keep the good golf coming.
The birdie on 17 from the bunker up and down there was obviously a crucial point, 2-shot lead coming into the last. But was there a pivotal point there, particularly on the back nine, maybe earlier in the round, that stands out to you right now?
I think the shot on 11 was very important for me. It was a tough shot where where anything could happen. And I hit a pure 6-iron. I mean, I almost drove that green on Friday, and today I hit driver 6-iron. That's how different it was playing. That was very important. And then I made a great par save on the next hole on 12. Missing some opportunities on 13, 14, good birdie 15, and then missing another opportunity on 16. I thought I made that putt on 16. And trust me, having a 2-shot lead is very different than having a 1-shot lead. So when I saw Alex hit a bad chip on number 17, I didn't have the best lie in that bunker, but I look at my caddy and I said, "Okay, brother, let's hit a good shot here." He came a little better than I expected it, and a nice tap-in birdie. Give me a little cushion, a little freedom going to the next hole. I hit a pure 3-wood on 18, and from there on, it was plain and simple. Hit it in the middle of the green 2-putt and get out of there.
And then when you finished and you tapped in, there was a lot of emotion, hugs from everybody, but particularly from a number of Latin American players that were on the side of the green came running out, including Nico, who you were there for when he won. What was it like for them to come out and welcome you on that?
I guess it was payback. I got to spray him with champagne in Puerto Rico, and now he gets to do it. I'm actually smelling like champagne and a little cold here, but man, it's great. I mean, can you believe it? It's like 2 wins for 2 Colombians this year. Both guys growing up on the same golf course in Medellin, Colombia. Wow, it's pretty special for our country.
Camilo, felicidades. Speaking of those younger Latin guys that mobbed you on the green after this, they were talking to me a little bit about how you have served as a role model for them. How important is it to you to be a role model for the next generation of Latin American talent in this game?
To be honest, I just try to. I tell my wife all the time. I said, "Listen, if you do the things the right way, people are gonna look at you in a positive way. People are gonna like you. People are gonna respect you." And I think that's kind of what I try to do. And I enjoy being around the younger generations, and just sharing what I've lived. I mean, to be honest, life is about experiences. You get good and bad ones, and then you try to learn from both. And I was young too. I had guys that kind of helped me throughout my career, and I'm a guy that I want to accomplish a lot more, but I'm at peace with what I've accomplished. So it's all about just kind of sharing it with others, and just if these kids, especially the Latin kids, can kind of represent our region, grow the game of golf in South America, why not? Why not give him a little 2 cents and try to make him better?
Absolutely, and obviously hanging around with those guys at different tournaments. You're the most recent winner. You got bragging rights a little bit. You're going to have a little bit of fun with that, or is that not your style?
Not really, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just proud of what I've accomplished, man. It's 9 years with so much in between. I didn't know where this career was heading, to be honest. But I kept waking up every morning and giving it my best, and I'll continue to do that. Playing golf or not playing golf, or being a dad or not being, or just everything, you know. So we'll keep it going.
Absolutely, and there's another one. Last week, obviously, you came into the final round with the lead. Eric Van Rijn had the round of his life to win by 2. Did that provide any additional focus for you or motivation for you today as you got off to a hot start yourself?
Well, Eric's round last week was very special. To be honest, the way he came back in the back 9 and shoots 28, and very interestingly, he told me the story about his friend walking down the first hole on Sunday, and I know what he's going through. I saw it with my daughter. So it was just meant to be. He said it, playing for a different reason other than just a trophy, and it was his time. It was his time. We hang in there. I was just hoping he gave me a chance on the last. He didn't. He made it down the middle. But when you get beat with a 28 in the back 9, there's no regrets. I was happy for him. I sent him a little text and I said, just please give your buddy a big hug from me, and enjoy the time with him. And here I am. I guess it was my week to be, and everything came out very good. I was very patient throughout the week, and ended up winning by 2.
And just one last quick one. Obviously, you were a part of the President's Cup last year as an assistant captain. You're a winner on the tour this year now. If this form continues for you, is going back to the playing side of the President's Cup something that enters your mind?
Oh, we don't need to get ahead of ourselves, to be honest. Things have changed a lot in the last 2 weeks. But I do want to say that week in Charlotte I wasn't playing, and it was probably, I'm not going to say the best week of my life, but very, very close. I enjoyed it so much. Being part of that team, being an assistant captain, I mean, Trevor Immelman was unbelievable. And when I say unbelievable, you guys don't know what he had to go through internally with everything that was going on in the game of golf, in the golf world. His speeches with the team, his preparation, his interviews, his energy. It was a special, very, very, very special week. I want to continue to be part of that international team forever. I want to add my 2 cents. And you know what? They got our number, but we'll keep working. We'll keep working on every angle, and hopefully we can break the streak sooner rather than later.
Felicidades, campeón. Gracias.
Gracias.
Camilo, I just want to ask you about the putter that you're using. Adam Scott uses obviously a different version of it, but similar.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about? And Adam talked to us a little bit earlier about it, and there was obviously a President's Cup connection there with that putter as well. Can you just talk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, I guess I got to thank Adam in a way, because you're right. We did a little trip to Quail Hollow before the President's Cup, and I was watching Adam putt with the broom. He kept rolling it so good, and he kept telling me how confident he was feeling. And at one point, I'm like, okay, man, let me try it. I started trying the broom, which I didn't think I was going to go to the broom, but we started talking about the technology behind the putter. I have always been a Scotty Cameron guy, which I love, respect, and thank him for all the support over the years. But then came this lab putter, and it felt good. It felt good right away. I tried different versions of it, different lengths, different grips, different shaft leans on it, and then finally I came with one that feels very comfortable. My hands tend to get pretty low. With this putter, I get them a little bit higher. I think my putting stroke is better. I think the technology behind it is great, and I was telling Scotty earlier this week, this putter feels good, man. It feels unbelievable, and it's been performing the last few weeks.
Yeah, just they showed your tattoos on the broadcast, and so I just wanted you to see if you could just talk, the meaning of those.
Yeah, sometimes I forget to look at them more often, to be honest. On my left one, it says attitude, and then on my right one, it says positive energy. And, man, there's a lot of things you can't control in life, but I guess this too you can. You got to have a good attitude in life, easier said than done at times. And that energy, I mean, you can bring the energy, not only to yourself, but the people around you, and that's something we all should strive for.
You alluded to it, but you might be on a flight tomorrow to go to second stage. And the fact that in 2 weeks, was that hard? I mean, because of where you've been to sign up for second stage Q school, and the fact that that's now out of the rearview mirror?
Well, playing the Korn Ferry this year was not hard, to be honest. A lot of people might look at it and say, well, this guy's been playing on the PGA Tour for so long. He's got 4 wins, this, that. I mean, what is he doing playing the Korn Ferry Tour? Well, Korn Ferry Tour is a great place. It's a great talent. Do we want to go a little bit backwards from the PGA Tour to the Korn Ferry? No, but if we want to be on the PGA Tour again, since I lost my card, I had to go there. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being around the younger generations, talking with them, giving a little twist, going to different places. But this is where I wanted to be. And Q school, if I had to go again, I mean, I've only done Q school once in my life. It was 2004. That's what I was going to do. Second stage, I wasn't too happy about it, to be honest, just because you miss second stage for some reason, and you don't have many places to play. And at the end of the day, you gotta put a somewhat of a schedule. And that's all I wanted. I wanted to make it through second stage, go to finals, and that way have conditional the Korn Ferry, have past champion on the PGA Tour. But I guess I'm a 2023 champion, so things have changed for next year.
Thanks, Camilo. Tell us you haven't forgotten how to celebrate.
I haven't forgotten.
Enjoy the city. Thanks a lot.
See you guys.